we would get ready to start.
We're here. We're going to Flosstube again.
You really want me to leave that in for today?
No.
We're hanging in there, barely.
Yes. Happy Labor Day. Woo!
Welcome to Flosstube. I'm Sarah.
I'm Kim.
And this is Stitch and Stuff. And we're here to talk about all the things we didn't stitch because we couldn't find them.
We think that there's somebody that comes in and steals our projects.
It couldn't possibly be that we just have a million whips scattered everywhere around the house.
Look, no, that cannot be it.
Well,
I do not accept that.
It could be at my house, the reason. Although, so Liddy is sad. She'll show you the project that she worked on in a few minutes, but we can't find hers anywhere. It took me a while to find a project after last weekend, and then I finally found mine, and it was just tucked somewhere weird that I did not put it there. And then you can't find one of yours. But I have other stuff to share.
I have stuff to share. I just don't have the one thing that I really wanted to share. Well, no, it's not that much. I didn't work on it that much, but it's just bugging me. It's bugging me because my house is not that messy. Huh?
So it's just driving us nuts because we can't find our stuff.
I know, and I keep looking at this thinking, maybe this is it. And it's like the third time I looked at the same one and it's not it. So I don't know. We did have a really, really good weekend though. So I'm just going to keep thinking about the good weekend we had because my youngest baby, my boy, got engaged. So
yep.
Child number 4, going to get married. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
I need to start looking now for a mother of the groom dress because it'll take me a year.
Get off the table. I don't have the patience today. Move away from the table.
It took me forever. Oh, my hair. You guys, I did get a haircut, but it's a new hairdresser, and I'm not happy with it.
Well, she'll get it. You just tell her next time what you didn't like.
It looked better before I got it cut. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yes, I need to start looking because it took me, probably 5 months to find what I wore to Austin's wedding.
Yeah.
It didn't take me as long. It only took me 1 day for Andrew's wedding. I was blessed that day. And I feel like for your wedding, it took me a while. Yeah,
you were
blessed. Not cursed.
Okay, blessed.
We're not cursed. We're blessed. But anyway, somebody said, yeah, time to start looking for that dress. They're going to get married next summer. But
you got time.
I've got time.
You'll find something.
And here's the tricky thing. They want to get married at the end of June, between the end of June and the end of July, which historically are not consistently great weather pattern times for this state. Yeah. This last June would have been a terrible June to have a wedding because we didn't have any real summer till literally after July 4th.
Yeah.
And so, and even when I had a kid get married at the end of August one year, which is like the statistically driest day of the year, huge rainstorm came through. So I'm like, what am I gonna wear?
Are they gonna get married outside? Do they even know?
Yes.
Yeah.
They want to get married on the pier down at Elkai. Small family ceremony, and then they're trying to get the bathhouse at the beach.
Oh.
And it's enclosed for their reception, but
I see.
I don't know.
Guess we'll see. If I keep looking out the window, it's because we are having a big windstorm that just blew in a couple hours ago. And I'm watching branches, small mostly, but a couple large branches come off of our huge sycamore tree. And we're near there's a big wildfire. It's like 80,000 acres now, I think. I don't know, in the area, not like in our back, we're not near evacuation or anything, but in our backyard, basically, on the other side of the ridges and stuff. So anyways, it's super smoky. I'll put maybe a video at the end to see what we're watching. The girls are here.
I saw this morning that they said it was 60% contained, but I'm betting now with this windstorm, it's not going to be.
Some parts of Washington, they were saying 80-mile-an-hour gusts, like close to the mountains. And we're pretty close to the mountains. We're not getting that right now, but I would say we're at probably maybe 30 to 40 miles sustained wind. Yeah. It's really, really strong. I might be overestimating. I'm not a meteorologist. I have no idea. But they did say really high winds and really sustained winds and all till tomorrow, like all day, all night, maybe.
Really?
And it really did just hit. Like it was beautiful and sunny and gorgeous. And I thought, oh, maybe we won't get that windstorm they're saying. And then like in 2 minutes, it went from beautiful to just dust storm crazy. So anyways,
Yeah,
power,
they're pretty.
we'll have to pause recording till they get
Yeah,
back again because my
they're,
router would go out. But hopefully we'll be fine.
they're pretty good at predicting those storms, though.
Yeah, I know. I kind of thought for sure we were going to get it because
Especially because it's so widespread. I think I saw Dole Valley Girl
yeah, Lisa.
on Instagram down in the Columbia. She's like in southern Washington.
She's really near Mount St. Helens, and she was.
I think it was her that was saying they were having it.
Portland
other
is
people
supposed to
down
get
along the
huge
gorge.
winds today too. They were talking. I read an article on like from a meteorologist in Portland, and they were talking about doing near Mount Hood planned power outages to decrease the chance of fires if lines went down. So I've never heard of anybody out here doing that, but somebody had commented, "Wow, they're really going to do that." They do that a lot apparently in places in the South.
California was doing it last year. I don't know if they are this year.
So we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping that the fires will not grow, but I'm sure they will with this kind of wind. So that's what's happening here. And we took a quick day trip, well, an overnight trip over to Mom, and to be with everybody when Sam and Ashley came back after getting engaged. So we were able to be there to celebrate with Tim.
But not at our house long enough to try to do a Flosstube. It was just too.
We were going to try to do it, but we had to get back, and it was too crazy, too much going on. So
a lot of our, all of our kids were together, and when all my kids come with their significant others, and then with the granddaughters, and soon to be another granddaughter, because we're expecting a baby
any week
within the next month. Yeah, it's 14 of us.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Moving around and making noise.
Yeah. Actually, Mama.
I know you.
Mama did. Huh?
I said, and we're not a quiet family. I'm sure people would be really surprised to hear that.
No, we're not a quiet family.
No.
Mama, my son called me because his wife, she's had a lot of, of course, being pregnant in the summer is the worst for swelling and stuff. And so she was really swollen yesterday. She wasn't feeling good. She had a headache. And because of some pre-existing health conditions, she's at a higher risk for preeclampsia.
Mm-hmm.
And she does have a doctor appointment tomorrow, but I had told them early on, I said, we have a blood pressure cuff if you ever want to just take it and use it. And so they were like, oh yeah. That was like early on. Well, today he said, do you guys really have one? Can we really use it? Mm-hmm. And so I said, yeah, come on over. And so we took her blood pressure while she was here. It was really good. I mean, it was really good. And I said, just take it home. And when you're feeling a little anxious, just take it, but I'm sure her doctor, is going to be on it. And she's going to weekly visits now because she's so close. And they may take the baby early. And she said, I just read, she said, I don't think I ever registered this, that a birth that occurs between 36 and 40 weeks is considered full term. Mm-hmm. Well, she's 36 weeks, I think, this week. And so she's like, this baby can come.
I feel like that's maybe changed over time because there's so much potential for saving babies who are premature. So now, because the science in the medical field has grown so much, 36 to 40 weeks, the baby's outcomes are really pretty.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
They might
this baby's big.
It's not going to be small no matter when she comes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's talk about a possible C-section, and they're not, So anyway, I need to get crack-a-lackin' on my sweater because I promised them last week that I would do a tiny newborn going home sweater. I showed it I showed the yarn. Mm-hmm. You guys, I picked a pattern that I've knit the dress that's like it before. No problem. I was a new knitter. I didn't have any problems with it. I think she's rewritten it because now it's charts. It's like a chart. Or if you don't want to use the chart, you could use a grid. And that would be fine, but she sizes them from newborn to 12, size 12. So you've got these numbers, it's just numbers everywhere. And I'm looking at it going, oh, I just wanted this to be quick. So I think when I'm toying, I'm going to look at it more today. I could show it. I'll just show it because this has been my big dilemma all weekend.
Show it really quick.
As it's got little eyelets. I showed it really briefly last week, but I want to show you what I'm thinking about doing just to make it quick. It's going to be newborn, so it's not going to fit her very long anyway. So I'm not like super. Of course, if she's born in the next week or two, she's not going to need no sweater. It's supposed to be 91 next week. So it's got little,
Oh,
I don't know, eyelets down the body and up here in the yoke. Little, not eyelet, like an eyelet diamond pattern all across front and back.
mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, if I had months to do this, but I'm thinking about just doing the little pattern on the yoke
Yeah.
and just knitting a straight body.
Yeah, just do that. Make it easy for yourself.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's got silk in it. It's an off-white eggshelly color. This is the right side, but you saw the holes better. Can you kind of see the holes?
Yeah, yeah, they're showing up.
So it's like this is the little tiny neckline so far. I mean, I have to do some increases, obviously, but it's tiny. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do the yoke part. And that chart makes sense to me, but when she gets into the whole body part, I'm like, I don't really have the time nor the headspace right now.
I would just knit it.
Yeah. And the fact that it's this beautiful, expensive yarn makes it an heirloom just as it is, you know. So, and I've knit, so I mean, I knit your girl so many sweaters. This baby's going to get more sweaters too. So it's not like this is the last thing I'm ever going to knit for her, but
yeah.
I was just disappointed because I did finish the purple one and I said I would they brought it back to me so I could show it. All done.
Oh.
With the little button. And again, this was a pattern that I picked thinking, oh, this is going to be so easy. It looks gray, but it's eggplant.
Yeah, it's dark purple.
Anyway, this is like a 6 to 9 month size. It's so tiny.
So cute.
Anyway, after struggling through this pattern, I was really hoping for an easy one, and then I started this one last week, and I'm like, oh, I was not happy about that. When I saw that chart, I don't remember doing the chart before when I did the blue.
At the beginning.
Yeah. So that was my knitting for the week.
I don't have any knitting. I only have stitching. But I do have one from the vault that I really need to finish, and I think I might end up doing some kind of, I'm not going to just simply frame this because I don't know that I'd be able to find a frame that really matches this. And it's, of course, I stitched this last year or 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Was this last year?
I think it was last year we did it.
Pumpkin Hollow Farm, I think
No.
it's what it's called.
Was it 2 years ago?
I think yeah,
anyway,
I might have finished it last year. It might have been last year. Well, we were doing it along with Priscilla and Chelsea. They had a stitch along. I'm not sure. Well, I think Priscilla maybe finished hers, but I don't even think she did all this. I feel like she just did from the top up. But I couldn't not do these cute flowers. And
I know. I was toying with the fact of not putting the Pumpkin Hollow black square in there and just going right down to the cute flowers.
I mean, it's kind of a pain to stitch, but it sure is dramatic looking, that black.
Yeah, it's really cute.
So I think I'll probably find a frame and then I'll finish it. I'll magnet it on this on sticky board with a fabric behind it. And
I saw mine just recently when I was digging around.
You didn't finish yours.
No, I think I have the house done. I don't have the tree. I don't think I had the tree done.
So there's the house.
That house was a lot of work.
And I think it might have called for, excuse me, I'm being like I'm hearing like a stream of chatter in my ear. Can you guys just wait for another minute? This, I don't know what the pattern called for, but I think it called for a fancy floss.
Probably did.
But I think I did like a combination of 2 DMCs. I don't know if it's showing up. Is it showing up?
Yeah. You know, it's always hard because when I look at our video doing it, the colors don't look that great. But then when I watch it, when I play it back, it looks better. So
anyways, I think I did that on the roof to get a little more variation in the roof.
Yeah.
Everything else, I think I just stitched. Oh, I did go with a DMC, or I did go with a overdyed thread on the light orange pumpkin, but that's probably all. I didn't do much at the time.
And this is from Little House Needleworks, right?
This was a Little House Needleworks pattern, I think. And I love it. So I'm excited to put that out soon. I haven't decorated for fall.
If you go on Instagram and search for the tag Pumpkin Hollow Sal or Extrich,
you'll see a lot of
bunch of
variations. Some people change the colors of the house and stuff like that. So I think maybe I did change the color of the house. That might have been one of the first projects I modified colors on.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of similar to the color of our house now.
I have one from the vault.
Oh, let's
Been
see.
locked away in the vault.
Oh, yes. Okay.
This is the piece that we talked about
Remember.
that I use glow-in-the-dark threads.
Yep.
And it's funny because when I look at these threads up close, they're almost have like a little plastic look to them. I don't think it's going to come through on the video. So basically, all of their little clothes are glow-in-the-dark
Oh,
thread.
really? Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Even the dark gray is glow in the dark?
Actually, he might not be. He might be. I haven't gone in there.
The clown and the ballerina and the ghost.
Yeah, and all that border.
Oh, the whole border.
Glows in the dark. I know for sure anything that's orange, yellow, or green.
And probably that pink. I bet that pink.
Oh, and the pink. I meant the pink. Yeah, it all glows in the dark. You're right. The gray may not, because I don't think I didn't see any gray. And it's been okay. So I had it. I bought this was I was pre Priscilla and Chelsea at this point. Let me tell you, I didn't realize my potential. I had bought a little blackboard at a store, and I took it apart. It had like a little frame around, like little stick frame around it, and I glued this to the back of the chalkboard. You can see my lovely gluing job. Priscilla, if you're watching, you can see that I need some lessons on
just hot glue. Hot glue.
Just hot glue. Anyway, and then what I did was I took the piece. The frame came apart in 4 pieces, and so I took the little pieces that were framing it, and I painted them orange. And then I glued them together and popped this back in there. Well, those eventually just fell apart, and I got rid of them. And then this has been sitting in a basket in my laundry room, covered by dry and silk flowers. I don't even know. It's in my messy part of my laundry room, and it's been in there for years. And I pulled it out, and I did hold it like this over my light in my bedroom just for a brief few seconds, and took it into my closet, which is pitch dark. And it did, even that little bit that I had in the light, because it has to be in the light all day, it did glow in the dark still. And I had it sitting on the counter, and Sarah's brother Andrew, who is 2 years younger than her, remembers me, because you guys were little when I did this.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh my gosh, I remember that one. Oh, I remember that one."
Yeah.
And his wife was walking by. They're the ones that live in the trailer behind us. She said, "Well, I guess we're claiming that one. I guess we have to claim that one." So anyway, I did find it, and they do still make the glow in the darks. So
yep.
Ask your needle shop if you ever want to just pop it into a piece. You can easily pop it into any kind of a Halloween piece if you wanted to. And
yeah,
of course, I think against the black, it's really striking.
Who did you think made those glow in the dark threads? Because
I thought Krennic. I think it was Krennic, but I don't know if
it used to be another company, but I think Krennic maybe owns it now, or
maybe. Something.
When I was researching. So when we first were talking about those glow in the dark threads, and we were talking about this piece 3 or 4 videos back probably, in our show description box, I put a link to those. You can still see the watermelon color and the neon yellow and the green.
And they start, I think, with an F.
I have a link somewhere. If you go back and look through our show description box, you can easily find a link exactly to where you can buy those still.
And I'm thinking that this pattern was in a magazine. I didn't buy a lot of leaflets back then. My guess is it was in one of those Better Homes cross stitch and country crafts that everybody was stitching out of in the 80s and 90s. But I certainly couldn't. I didn't even date it. I used to date my stuff, but I don't know why I didn't on this one.
It's funny.
I feel like there might have been a little bit of. I wonder if I had a purple. Did you see a purple when you were looking?
I don't remember.
There's a little tiny bit of purple in his collar. You can't see it. Anyway, that's from the very vault, and I found it.
Like several colors of those.
Yeah, I might just a little tiny bit of it, but.
And they weren't really as expensive as I kind of thought they might be.
No, I don't think so. They weren't really a treat to stitch with. They're really stiff, and like I said, they have a shiny kind of a plastic. I hope it shows up when we actually.
Yeah, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
It was pretty funny. Yeah. Anyway, I was so glad I can't. There's some other pieces that I've stitched that I cannot find, and I know I've seen them in the last several months, and I don't know.
Tucked away somewhere like that.
Yeah, and so they're in a crate somewhere, and I just need to go get. I need to organize all my stuff. Clearly, I need a better system since I'm now losing projects, and that makes me unhappy.
I have some very antsy people here today.
Yeah,
Y'all
the girls.
Bear with us. It's just been a day. I like everybody here is cranky, so I'm trying my hardest not to snap at them as they like chat in my ears. Did you need something?
Huh?
Do you need something? Oh, it's not my turn. It's Millie's turn. See, I'm trying. I'm holding it together. Just a little dose of reality for everyone. Okay, what are you showing first? Okay. So this is one of Millie's crafts. So this would fall under stuff because it's not stitching. Do you want to hold it up and show it? Okay. For your birthday or Christmas or something, Millie got this lap loom and has been learning how to weave. Do you want to tell us anything about it? Is it easy to do? Yeah, it was pretty easy. Once you learn it. Are we talking to you right now?
Oopsie.
So we'll hold
Might have to be some editing in this. So what's it gonna be, Millie?
What are you going to turn it into?
A purse.
Oh, that'll be great.
How will you make it into a purse?
I'm going to sew it.
Fold it over and sew it. And then attach
That'll
it.
be great.
You could use the knitting doll to make a yarn strap, handle or strap.
Yeah. Mama can help you line it too.
So this is the yarn that the loom came with. This brand is, what is it? Well, Harrisville Designs. I forget where we bought it, but like one of those like kids craft resource places. And it came with all this yarn. It's almost like twine. It's a really, really scratchy, rough. You would never want to wear this, but a purse will be good. She's doing a really good job. So there's that. Yeah, here's the thing came with directions to make a pot holder.
And a purse on the other page.
Wait, no. Is this it? No, this is not it. Well, apparently we also have one of those pot holder looms from this same company. And apparently you can make a purse out of those little ones. Of course you can. You can make two and sew them together. Okay, what else do we have here? Have you made some progress on this? Yeah. Okay, so Tiny Modernist, Woodland Friends. Millie's been working on the raccoon square. And let's see, show it yourself. Coming right along.
I did this and this.
Oh.
The dark, there's black.
Oh, there's some black
for the
in there.
eyes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, these are its eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting close. You know what? In one of the challenges that I'm doing for the magazine challenge, there's somebody stitching that piece out of that magazine for fall. She just did one. I think she just did the deer.
Just the deer? She just did one?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
No? You're changing your mind?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you can change your mind if you want. Is that all of the things you have to share? Yeah, okay, let's do Liddy next. Because then I'll just... So Liddy can't find her project, but this is the pattern she's been working on. So I told her she could show a picture of it.
I have done, see the scarf on, it's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
See the scarf on Ron? I've done that. I've done the gray part in his middle, and I've done the red stripe for his belt. And, hold on. Okay, I've done his arms, his black arms, and his shoes.
Good job. And I'm sure you'll find it.
It will turn up. So we took it with us to Seattle this weekend, and when we got home, she couldn't find it. So it's got to be either at your house somewhere really mysterious that will just turn up, but I have a feeling it's here because our house is still recovering from 2 weekends of travel.
Yep. And when we get done taping, I'm turning my house upside down looking for my missing project. So if I find yours, I'll let you know.
It's going to turn up. So she was really disappointed because she did work really hard on that this week so that she would.
She did. She
well,
did.
not just the house show, but you really wanted to have something to show this week.
I wanted to have it to show, and I've been working on it really hard because Mom keeps telling me to because I keep forgetting to and I keep not coming up. And I worked on it super hard this week so I could have something to show. And of course, on the day that I'm supposed to show it, it disappears.
Of course.
Well, you'll find it probably today or tomorrow, and then you'll have another whole week to work on it, and you'll have that much more to show us.
And if worse comes to worse,
and
I'll make you another kit and we'll
yeah.
do it again really quick. But it'll turn up. I don't have any fear that it won't turn up.
Yeah.
So that's what Liddy was working on.
Rosie's turn.
Rosie's turn.
Good job, Lyd. What's Pie doing?
Come on, Rosie. Come on over. Sorry, she's been cross-stitching, so she's sticking her needle in her fabric. We don't hurry. There's no hurry. Come on this side of me so you can show it.
I had some children like that. Oh, you're working on your elephant.
Looking so
cute.
So this was sent to us in a kit from Cheryl. Thank you again, Cheryl. She's been working on it all weekend. And she's got the ear going. And the little spots are for the pink dots. Right?
Yep. You're going to get that done in no time.
Oh, yeah, you are. I'm just going to tick right along. That'd be a fun.
You're a zippy little stitcher. You're a zippy stitcher.
She loves to stitch. So that's the girls. They have shown us everything they have or don't have to show today.
Okay. I'm afraid to go look at my washing machine in case it's cursed down.
Oh, like mine? Yeah. That's okay. She'll show it next time. Okay, I think everyone's going off to their rest time, so I am a free woman. And there's not even anybody in the room except for Rosie. Go on, Rosie. Okay, why don't you show us your whips?
Okay, well, I'm just going to put it out there. A sad, sad story. So I started a project before we recorded last week. I don't think I showed it last week. It was my I think I was going to show it, and I feel like I had it outside with us. It was my magazine challenge from Facebook that Carolyn Zook and Bird's Eye Stitcher is hosting. I can't find it. I didn't work on it all week. I kept thinking I was going to work on it, and then I would just grab whatever was laying here. And I obviously never grabbed it to work on it because it wasn't here, and I do not know where it is. And I mean, I have a lot of cross-stitch stuff in a lot of little places, but they're kind of in two major areas. So it's not like I've got stuff all throughout the house. And I haven't taken it anywhere because I can't work on it without my light. So it doesn't go in a tote bag with me. So anyway, when we're done with this,
you look under the couch cushions or behind the couch cushions or something?
Well, I'm going to have to pull. I did look underneath them.
You set it on the back of the couch and maybe it slid down or something.
I might have. Oh my gosh, you're brilliant. I did stick something up here this week, but it's pretty close against the.
I mean, like under the cushions or something. Did you find it? Well, that's a stroke of genius on my part. Guys, that wasn't staged, I swear.
It wasn't staged.
Like
it's behind. It was behind this couch cushion. I remember sitting it up there now because I had
found it. I don't know what made me ask that. I was just thinking about where you could set something when you were stitching.
I'm so glad you said something. Let me see if Liddy's is back there. No.
No. They might be on the other one. Just check later.
Oh, that is so, we are such a pair. Okay, so this is I've shown it before, and I don't have a lot of progress, but it is the cutest little pattern, and it's gonna take me a century to cross stitch because that's it. And there are, like, every square has background half stitches.
Oh, but half stitches go half as fast, twice as fast.
You would think.
For me,
and I think once I get my major stitched area, it was really hard for me to count over 2 half stitches. I don't know why I was having a terrible time. So I did a few, and then I stopped and moved over and started. So I started with this pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
I did a few half stitches in this yellow, and now I'm working over here. And I didn't work very much on it because I couldn't find it.
It was lost.
It looks like a lot, doesn't it? Ooh.
Ew. I can't really tell what it's going to be yet, but.
No, you can't. And it's the yellow's kind of pale, but it's got a ton of colors. I kept thinking this pouch could not just slide around, you know, and disappear very easily, but apparently it could. I'm not going to recover from this very fast. I literally was in the other room, digging through a closet, looking through baskets that I knew it wasn't in because I never took them in there. But the problem for me is when I have all my family here and we're just spread out and stuff is everywhere, I feel really unorganized. And then once people leave, the house just kind of like a vacuum and it's all clean again. But clearly not behind the couch cushion. So I worked on that a little bit, but really that was the week before. And I had taken it outside, but I never showed it last week. Oh. The piece that I've really been working on this week is my Gathered in Love. I've just kind of got a love for this piece.
Number 2.
It's that one. It's our little Barbara Bergeau Richards maybe, or Richards.
Who knows?
I've got another one of hers right up there. So that's called Sweethearts. I have a Christmas one, and I have another one that I can't find that I know I've seen in the last 6 months in a crate somewhere.
Behind your couch cushion?
No. It's in that closet, and that I have to go into after this and get organized. I have like baskets of whips, like long-term whips, don't want to work on whips, don't forget about whips. Okay.
Oh,
I got her basket done.
A lot of progress.
Yeah, let me go like this here. Hold on, there's a dog here. So I did all of her basket. That's about, and I did some more on her body. There's like 4 colors of pink and red in there.
Oh,
yeah.
So pretty.
And so the area that's white right there above the basket,
yeah.
This is her cuff and her hand. This is a cat.
Oh, a cat.
Yeah.
Oh,
peeking out.
So sweet. Oh.
And then I just have the bottom of her skirt to do.
Cute.
And those flowers, which are not real, they're not bad. They consist of half stitches and whole stitches and then back stitching to make them look round. We talked about that in the border. And I have the other half of the border to do. Anyway, I worked a lot on her the last couple of days because it was just, I don't know, I just find this a comforting one. I don't know why. It was the one I started when my mom passed away, and doesn't really remind me of my mom so much, but in any way that I can think of. But then I also worked on my, well, I can't show that one yet. I worked on my Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm pretty sure, I didn't get my planner out today. I'm pretty sure I did not show that before.
I don't think so.
I think I did that last Sunday or last Monday, the flower. Let me get the pattern out so people can see where I'm at. So I did this.
Oh, yeah.
Flower in the middle.
Pretty.
It's a lot. These Hawk Run Hollows are just a lot.
It's a long-term investment.
Yeah. I keep looking at it going, what did I do? Why? Why do I have 2 of these going?
You can pass it on to me when you're done.
Yeah.
You'll be tired of looking at it and you'll be like, oh, I'll just give it to Sarah.
No.
No.
Well, maybe. I should never say never.
I don't.
And then the other piece, I think I showed last week, and I think I had only done the peach. because Sarah and I, was that last week
Yeah.
that we each had done this? So I worked on
Yeah.
the butterfly on Alicia Paulson's Things of Summer. So I'm working that direction. I think Sarah's working that direction, and I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to say it again, drop down to do these little lanterns that I'm so obsessed with.
Yep.
We had, when Sam and Ashley, he proposed on it was going to be on a hike. Long story, didn't happen because of her behavior. And so he made her wait till after the hike, till they randomly went to, he was with our other son and wife, who was going to be there to photograph it. They decided they were going to make her wait because she was being so impatient about it on Instagram. So he didn't propose on the hike. And then they went to, like, they came clear back from the mountains, went over to this Puget Sound, which is like on the other side of Seattle, and went to a beach to have lunch. And then she was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, we can have lunch. But she was just sure she was going to get engaged that day. And then he proposed to her on the beach. But I was thinking, if I had had more energy, I think it just last weekend took it out of me. And I was going to try to get some lanterns to hang out there on our back patio, because the weather was gorgeous, and it was so nice when there's this many of us, because we have 2 big tables outside and we can all sit around. And anyway, I was going to have lanterns, but I didn't. And then I think that's all I worked on except for our special one.
Do you want to show that one together at the end, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
It
was not a great week for me.
I worked on, let's see. I worked on several different things, a little bit. The thing I'm about to show you, I have to rip out pretty much all the progress I made, which is, needless to say, quite disappointing, because I realized partway through, sorry, I'm trying to find the pattern, that I had made a mistake. So I was working on this, but I made a mistake in counting somewhere around the window or the door on the house. And so I think I need to rip it out, because the house, it'll be all off. I think I just need to rip out like this amount of stuff.
I thought you had to rip out the snow.
No.
Oh, I thought I remember hearing you say you had to rip out the snow you had done.
No, I don't have to rip out any snow, just I think the roof of the house. Ooh, some more branches are coming down out there.
I love that. Show that border again. I want to see it up close.
Yes.
I love that swirly border. That is so cute.
So pretty, and it was kind of a free pattern that came with it, right? When you
yeah, they gave it to me when I bought all the individual snappers.
So I'll just show the bottom maybe of the pattern. It's going to say, so the top has that snowflake all around. It says, one kind word can warm 3 winter months. So that's what it'll say at the bottom. So that's actually perfect for putting out in December, but keeping up all the way through like February.
Exactly.
Because then there's 3 winter months. So I worked on that. I have to rip it out.
You kind of laughed at me, by the way, last week when I was talking to when I was talking about not working on my WIPGO ABC because I messed up that little house. You're like, oh, on the house, ah! And you made a mistake on the house?
I wasn't laughing about making a mistake on the house, was I? I was probably laughing because you said you weren't going to work on it anymore.
Oh, maybe that was it. I don't know.
So then I worked on, let's see, and I worked on my Lily Violet, Racconto di Primavera. In case you wanted to take Italian, I'm offering lessons now. I don't speak Italian, I just make approximations.
You know.
Racconto di Primavera. You have to say it like that, though. If you're gonna.
It makes it sound way more official.
Sorry if you're Italian, I'm really not making fun of your language. I think it's a beautiful language. I'm making fun of myself because I don't know how to say anything. I worked a lot on this actually. One day I did, you can't really tell I did that much, but I did all this green. I did this. I can't find the little flower. I think I stole this little pink color that's supposed to go in here. I think I put it in another project, so I need to hunt for it.
You know, that basket is a lot.
Ooh, it was a lot. I'm glad that's done.
That whole section is a lot. It makes the girls feel easy. So
yeah, I still have quite a few flowers to do. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, this huge and all these. Yeah, it's such a beautiful pattern.
There's just a lot of counting.
And I think I say this every time I work on it, but it is so nice to stitch on, partly because I think it's just Ada. think it's like 18 count Ada or something.
Yep.
So the holes are so big.
I know.
Not taxing at all. So that is kind of like a comfort piece that I pull
I
out.
feel like I'm at war with myself about that too, because I like the way a lot of people that they show their beautiful 40 count pieces and it's just like a painting. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I think I just started something. I think that's 36 count over 2. And I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I should have just done like an 18 count.
28 to 32 is nice. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I might have gone with a 32, but even then I have to use a light.
is a little small. Yeah.
But I've got a couple of Ada pieces going that I do really enjoy because I don't have to have my light. I usually do have the light on just because I'm used to it.
Like kind of peaceful stitching. I like to have a combo. This is another one that's really fun to stitch because I think the count is pretty big. It's linen, but I lost this piece. The theme of the week is lost whips. It got shoved. I have a big basket underneath my coffee table, and it was shoved in on top of something. I would never have done that. Maybe I did. Jack's Jig from Not Forgotten Farms. This picture is so small. I just wish it was bigger. It's really cute. So I'm doing it on a really grungy coffee tea dye. Probably just coffee dyed or tea dyed because I don't really have coffee powder, but
wow, you're almost done.
Almost done. I really just have the they're not showing up really well on the picture, but the vines. Oh yeah, they are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're all French knots.
You know what? I was gonna show my FFO of that today. Yeah. It wasn't in my fall decorations. It must be in my crate of work decorations. I think I might have taken that to work last year.
Next week, and maybe I'll have mine at least.
Yeah, I need to find that.
It's so quirky. I love it. It's so quirky.
It kind of embodies my feeling about Halloween. Halloween is just a quirky, weird holiday.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad to find it because it's so fun.
He is cute. I did like him. He was one of the first ones I stitched when I got back to stitching.
My favorite decorations and stuff about Halloween are just quirky and whimsical. I don't like a lot of spooky. There was a recent Lindy stitches of like some ravens or vultures or something that she had in a magazine that I thought I might stitch because it was just quirky and funny.
Yeah. She has another new one out based on Dracula.
I saw that one. That one was fun too. I could see stitching that one because Dracula is one of my favorite books. I listened to it on it's like an audiobook podcast several years ago, and it is so creepy and so fun. And the reader, his name is Aaron. Well, it was like a cast. I feel like she had kind of like a cast of readers.
I've never read it.
I'm going to just put a plug in because I've been listening to this podcast forever. It's fun. So the podcast is Craftlit. So this is actually a perfect audience for it. Her name is Heather Ordover, and she's been doing it for years. Like this podcast is years old, and she is an English, I think a high school English teacher is her kind of historical. I don't think she's doing that now. She was actually teaching in New York at the time of 9/11. So she talks often about what that experience was like with her students, like as things were progressing. But anyways, she'll do some crafty talk at the beginning of the podcast and then a little bit of book chat where she'll talk about whatever book, like she'll do some research on the author or the chapters we're about to do. And sometimes she'll talk about some of the history of some of the words. Anyways, awesome podcast. I highly recommend it. Craftlit. But she did Dracula several years ago. And
does she read it?
No, she usually she'll use a free recording like from LibriVox if she can find a good one. But often she can't find a really good quality recording that's in the public domain. So she has a bunch of people who now kind of read for her, and they're excellent. So there's a guy who has another podcast. Sorry, I'm just going off. But it's a Shakespeare podcast, and I forget the name of the podcast, but he discusses Shakespeare, but he's also an actor, I think, and a reader. And he did some of the characters during Dracula, and it was phenomenal. Like his voice acting / reading was so good.
Are they like available to go back and listen?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do it. Oh, okay.
Yes, on any podcast app or anything, you can find it. And I think there is also, a Craftlit app. And I don't remember if it's free or if you have to pay a very small fee. But if you get her Craftlit app, you can access all the past episodes. She actually has some premium subscriber type books. So she has some books that aren't just sort of free for listening. But I think she was finding a way during this pandemic to make them free too for people who had already listened to all her past books and were looking for more. So it's wonderful. It's a really fun way for me to have gotten into some of the classics I might never have listened or read on my own. And anyways, highly recommend.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my rant on Dracula. It's one of my favorites ever since then. I love it. Which is weird because it's not really like my genre usually.
Well, I was thinking about, because I've never read it. I don't even really know the story of it.
It's spooky and creepy and dark and fun. So this would be a great time to go find the Craft Lit episodes of Dracula and listen to those. I'll put a
I'm
link
looking.
wherever
I'm
I
looking
find
right
it
now.
in the notes. I'll write it down. Excuse me. I just can't
Is
help.
her name Heather Ordover?
Heather Ordover. It's wonderful. It's been a light in my life for almost a decade. At least since Rosie was born, and I probably listened.
This is
Craft
what it would.
Lit,
Wait.
like serialized classics for the busy. I forget her tagline.
I can't get it to not glare.
Yeah.
It's got the logo it's easy to find. It's got
like
purples and it's got books.
And she is a knitter and a quilter. She doesn't cross stitch, but as far as I know, but she's done paper piecing.
Oh, she's doing the tenant of Wildfell Hall right now.
And it's excellent. I love it.
I've never listened to an audiobook.
You should just do Craftlit. You would enjoy it. You should enjoy it. You would enjoy it. Go back and find the Dracula. It's fun. Okay, sorry. That end of rant, or end of, wasn't really a rant. A rave.
Stuff. It's more stuff.
It's my stuff. I also worked on this. But seriously, check out Craftlit. I cannot praise it highly enough. It has been, I don't know, as a busy mom who didn't have time to read when Rosie was first born, I have very vivid memories of hanging laundry on the line and listening to Jane Eyre, which is also one of my favorite books. And that one I had already read, but I listened to it over again. But every time I think about a certain book that I read with Craftlit, it brings me right back to that moment of parenting or whatever it was I was dealing with at the time. But it gave me access to really beautiful books.
Maybe I'll try it.
Oh,
you started your.
I did the flowers and I started the swimsuit, which is what I was wanting to work down to. I think that swimsuit is the cutest.
It is cute.
It is so cute. So I did just start on that.
I kind of want one like it.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm a little bummed. She just has not released a fall one.
I'm sure she will. Just keep your eyes open.
I wonder if there's a delay because of COVID
Who knows?
on getting her supplies and stuff.
I also worked on my Cochrane Hollow, the shores. So I'm doing that square. Light.
So cute.
They come with me, and I have been working on the sun. So I finished all the outline, outlining, and I started filling in the yellow.
Got a long way on it.
I did. I really liked doing that sun. It goes fast because it's that one single line. And the last thing I worked on, and I actually worked on this quite a bit. I don't really have a pattern picture to show, but I think last week I showed this and said I was really intent on getting the border on this done.
Oh yeah.
The Joyful World calendar by Snowflower Diaries. And I worked pretty hard on trying to get as much border
big.
on. It's going to be so much border because it's so huge. But look at how pretty that is.
Oh, that's such a pretty border.
So pretty. I think most of it, I think this is only really fancy because it's the corner. So it won't be quite as much work except at the four corners.
Yeah.
Isn't that just?
It's very pretty.
I love
and it just, I don't know, it just goes really nice with the rest of that project.
Yeah, it really does. And it kind of pulls it all together. I don't think I'm using I'm
And
definitely.
how generous for it to all be free. I mean.
The whole thing is free on her
I know.
blog.
I think
Snowflower Diaries, if you like any of those, I'll show it one more time. I think I've showed it up close in the past, so I don't need to show all of it. But
each month, just
every single
adorable.
month is its own blog post and free, which was a big draw for me when I was kind of getting back into cross stitch and didn't really want to spend a ton of money on.
You can actually get them on her if you join her Facebook group, Snowflower Diaries. Oh no, I think it's called the Joyful World Sal, S-A-L is the name of the Facebook group, and there's files on Facebook. It's all of them, and it's got them in different languages. Like if you were stitching it and you needed the months to be in a different language, it has the different, I think 3 or 4 different languages, and I think the border is free on there, and if you didn't want to go back to her blog, you could do it on Facebook. I'm really sad she's not really designing all that much anymore.
I know, I kind of follow along, and I don't think I've seen a lot come out from her. I think
No.
she's kind of comparable to me to that Pinochka Stitches.
Yeah.
I think that they have a similar sort of style. So
I think when she there was some problems, some people stole some of her designs
I think so.
and were charging, like some shops or some, I don't know, somebody was charging for her patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was doing photography. I don't know if that was for pay. I don't know, but I just feel like she got kind of pulled away. I think there were, yeah, it's kind of
But
sad.
her free ones, and the one, I think you can still purchase all the things she's designed.
Yeah, she has an Etsy shop too. But this Joyful World is not on the Etsy shop, I don't think.
No, because it's just free. So you just
Yeah.
go to her blog.
But some of her, she used to have some free patterns on her Etsy shop.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know if she still does.
I think that little Facebook group might have other free patterns.
Yeah.
Because I think that little pumpkins one that I did, I might have it.
Yeah, Kathy's pumpkin.
Yeah, this one is free. This is hers as well. And free on her, at least on her Facebook, but I think also on her blog.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think you're right. Her blog does have the free ones on it.
So that's
or a
all,
link to them. That's all you stitched?
that's everything I stitched. Do you have any haul this week?
Well, we did our new one.
Oh yeah, we have our new one we need to show. We
Okay.
passed on.
And we were going to start this on Saturday, but we had such a big
We did
party with,
Saturday.
yeah, and so we were the only
At
ones
midnight.
up. Huh?
It was like 12 o'clock midnight exactly when I was like, I'm putting the first few stitches in.
So we started our gathering eggs, and there is somebody else, I guess, stitching this
Half cross stitch.
Dina.
Somebody in our comments.
Yeah, and I haven't checked her out yet, but that's on my list of things to do this today. Dad's not home,
Yeah.
so
Me too.
anyway, we started it kind of, and I did a departure. I started in the middle because I didn't want to start in the sky.
I did too, because I was worried that if I was off on my fabric count, I would
I got this big start here,
not big of a fabric.
and what we're working on is this
Right.
middle of her right here. Yeah, you got way more done. I am a slow stitcher.
But I realized I was working on it in the car on the way home from your house, and I realized I need to go through. So the fabric store or Hobby Lobby didn't have all this. Like there was like 5 colors they didn't have any in stock, so I need to go back through and see if I have any. But if not, I'll have to order some.
Okay.
So I put it away that day because I didn't have the next color I wanted to do.
I wish it was just done. I
Gathering
wish I
It
could just
by Nora Corbett.
hang it up now.
Yeah, I know.
You
Well,
stitch
get
it for me?
done really fast for spring.
Sure, because I'm not going to start anything new.
No. So if you wanted, we put a link, and I can do it again this week, to where you can find that pattern. Since
Yeah.
I think we discussed it last week, we actually found that it's been released in a leaflet. So you don't have to order the magazine. You can just order it. I think it's on 1, 2, 3 sticks.
It actually comes in a little envelope like all of her beautiful other patterns, her angels and her,
Oh, really?
yeah, it looks just like any of her, really popular ones.
So if you're still interested, I'll put a link in the show description.
And it was not Jen from
Stitching in the
Stitching in
Blue.
the Bluegrass that recommended it. I was saying that it was her. It was actually somebody on that magazine challenge that I'm doing.
Yeah, do you remember her name?
I don't remember her name. She's just on that Facebook group. And I need to go back and look at it because the monthly theme for September was fall, and that's definitely not fall. But then they have an acrostic, and you can put other pieces in for the acrostic. So you tie any piece, like it was leaves, so you found any of your whips that you wanted to work on, or your focal piece if you wanted it to be somehow linked to that letter. So like L could be leaves. If you found a project that had leaves on it that you were working on, they didn't have to even all be whips. They can be new starts too. But I'm trying to. I have to go back and see if I can find that. It was a while ago that she posted that. I think it was that group. So I'm not sure how she tied that into fall because it's definitely a springy piece. And I was just thinking about my stitching, and I didn't work on really any fall stuff, which I decorated for fall. You can kind of see it behind me on my shelves,
I love so
kind of. But there's more in front of me. But I need to get cracking. I was going to try to have bobbing for pumpkins done. I was going to try to have the squirrels done. But my plan is, one of my plans, I just pulled this out. And I know you won this pattern also from Carolyn Zook.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to show that. Thank you, Carolyn.
It is so tiny, Sarah. Sarah, look, here's my thumb.
Tiny, it's so tiny.
All I have to do is fill in the background all around it. And it's going to be a tiny little pillow from my dough bowl that I still don't have any other turkeys done.
Hurry up.
Actually, huh?
Hurry up, dude. You got to get
I
that
finished
done.
another one though. Where did I finish?
So Lindy, did you finish?
Oh, it was out of a magazine. I finished it. I just need to make it into the pillow. But I haven't finished.
Yeah,
I haven't finished Mr. Delicious.
24 by 24.
Huh?
24 by 24.
Yeah, it's tiny.
On a 32 count, it's 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. That's so little.
It's like a little stamp. Anyway, I haven't finished. I also saw when I was looking for my missing project, my gobble gob.
You found it?
No, I was looking. It was in my other basket, and I thought, oh, gobble gob. I haven't worked on that for a while. So I'm clearly going to go through here and.
You need to make a little basket of turkeys, and then make yourself work on it.
I do. And the magazine challenge put out the theme for next month already, so you have time to go look through things. And the theme, of course, is October is spooky. And I have a couple of that Shelley Aowen patterns, you know, the free ones. I have like, it's a boot, it's like a witch's shoe with the spider's web. I think I might do that. It's been in my stack to do for a long time. It's all in black, I think, with a little bit of color. So I think I'm going to go look for that when we're done. And the cross stick is Ghost. So I've got to find pieces that line up with GHOST for October. But I've got a couple weeks.
I see.
Yeah. So I think I'm just going to I'm really going to keep working on my Gathered in Love. I really want to get that done.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And I'll still follow our hashtag. Somehow I'm going to, you know, I might have to put the turkeys in like on Tuesday or Thursdays, which are kind of a free day.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would.
Yeah.
And I followed them pretty well, just for fun. You know,
Yeah.
It helps me kind of keep. It just takes the decision making a little bit out of my planning each day. I'm just like, oh, I already know my Wintry Wednesday piece is going to be the what is it, Bent Creek?
Snapperland, yeah.
The Snapperland one. So I don't have to think, oh, what do I really want to stitch?
Yeah.
Did you have any haul this week? I didn't have anything except that little thing that Carolyn sent me.
I do. I have one little thing. I don't think I showed it yet.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh no. Did I show the ornament magazine last week? I did.
Yeah, I think so.
But Carolyn Zook asked a question about this. I showed this last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had a question.
Ice skating pond piece. And I did message you on YouTube, Carolyn, but you wanted to know what magazine it was, and it's the Better Homes and Garden Cross Stitching Country Crafts, and it is September, October 92. And I got it on eBay. I didn't look to see if there's others, but there probably are. I feel like these are on eBay a lot, these magazines.
Mm-hmm.
But again, super cute, super full coverage, super like not going to happen soon.
We had another question that I think you answered also already on YouTube, but on the comments, but the Christmas book flip through that Mom showed, I think last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Carolyn Zook at C Zook Stitch.
Just the letter C.
C.
Zook. Z-O-O-K Stitch.
She did a flip through of that a few weeks ago. And then Heather asked if living on this side of the mountains, if we get Chinook winds. And I don't know if we get, nobody ever calls them Chinook winds, but where we live, we do get really strong winds coming down kind of off the mountain, especially in the spring. So maybe I need to Google what Chinook winds are, because.
You know what the Chinook winds, I think, used to be, I don't know if they still are considered this. They're the winds that, like on Little House on the Prairie, when they were snowed in all winter and all of a sudden the winds would change. And I remember reading that Laura would wake up and she would hear the snow melting.
Oh, like the warmth or
I
something?
think those are the Chinook winds.
I'm not
I could
sure.
be wrong.
Well, the thing that's weird about this storm that we're having right now is normally our winds come from the west where the mountains are. So behind me, they're usually blowing against the house this way. But this storm is definitely from, it first started from the east, like it was coming the opposite direction, but now it's kind of the northeast. So occasionally we'll get a storm like that. In the winter, we get a lot more north winds or west winds, but we hardly ever get any south winds or east winds. So today it's kind of from the northeast. So it is a different feel.
Our winds come from, on my side of the mountains, because we're close to the water.
Yeah.
Come from the southwest. Or is that called the southwesterlies?
Probably.
They
off the water.
come from the water, but they also come from the south. I feel like we get a lot of weather that comes up from California and from the Gulf. And if we ever get a north wind, a cold snap usually comes with it. If we get a north wind from Canada, it's a cold snap, and that's usually when we're going to get snow, because then it gets cold enough for it to snow. And I actually live inland from the water, and I kind of live squished almost. I'm not in the foothills yet that lead to the mountains over to Sarah's house.
So you're pretty close.
Okay. Well, we had a little blip because
whoops. My power flickered, so my router shut down. If it does it again, we might just say, love you, see you later.
Yeah. I was just going to say that with the weather here, that I think people that live in other parts of the country don't understand that they live in really solid weather patterns. It's like when we lived in Minnesota, when we were first married, when they would predict snow, it snowed. They would predict it, it came. Here, because of all the variables in our weather, they'll say there's going to be snow on my side of the mountains anyway. I think your side's a little bit more predictable, but on my side of the mountains, they'll say chance of snow, 50% or 80%, but that also depends on what hill you live on, like, or how close you are to the Puget Sound, or how close you are to the mountains. So we could have some communities that get like 8 inches of snow one day, and other parts of our area, of the metro area, get like 1 inch. So it's really crazy. And I think our meteorologists get kind of a bad rap because they're not 100% accurate, but they really do a pretty good job considering what they're dealing with. So yeah.
Okay.
It's coming. Winter's coming.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh, we were going to do a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Because I decorated for fall this weekend, we're giving away a fall piece by Barbara, our pedal pusher. I'm giving you guys a copy of Pumpkins.
So cute. That is cute.
And it's got another little freebie pattern on the back.
Yeah.
Little pumpkin on it.
Like on somebody's porch, like by a welcome sign, and then a bunch of pumpkins around it, like out on the front. Like my porch.
It does use Gentle Arts, but it does have DMC conversion. So, and I don't think you would need the Gentle Arts. I don't think there's a lot of variation in that. I mean, you might want the variation, but I think if you didn't have it and didn't want to deal with it, you would be just fine using the
I mean, that's the kind of pattern that you could just choose a green.
Oh yeah, if you've got other fancy flosses, totally. I love that blue pumpkin. I love it.
Which one? The blue?
The blue one. Yeah.
That is really cute.
And so that.
I was hoping to have some pumpkins kind of like that, bluish orange, but I don't know if they're going to finish growing in time.
Yeah. And I love this little lantern with the candle in it.
What should we ask for people to say? Like what?
What should we say? I think it just put the word pumpkins in their comment. That would be easy.
Yeah. So tell us, do you carve pumpkins? Do you buy pumpkins? Tell us about what you do with pumpkins.
Yeah.
With them,
or if you hate pumpkins, but you want to stitch pumpkins.
Do you like to eat pumpkin pie? Anything. Just tell us something, because I really want to decorate for fall, and I can't get to it yet. I just know if I do it now, I'll be stressed trying to manage it. But I'll live vicariously through our comments about pumpkins, knowing it's coming for me. So maybe next weekend I'll pull out my decoration.
Yeah. Well, and I typically have always done it this weekend because it's a 3-day weekend, and that's actually a 4-day weekend for me since I have my Friday off. So, because it takes me a couple of hours, I have to put away the old stuff and get out the fall stuff and kind of think about it and dust. Yeah, and so
decorating
it kind of eats.
Like I can't get to that part until I've done the like hard work.
Yeah. And so I feel like,
and I have a lot of helpers that want to help the whole time. Like they already started asking, Mom, when you start decorating for fall, can I help? Can I help? No. I love that they want to help, but it makes it take like 4 times as long. So maybe I'll have them assigned to doing the takedown, and then I'll do the deck.
Here, you can help me. Yeah, this is what you're going to do.
You can help me dust and vacuum.
Yeah.
Poor things. I sound like so negative about it today.
No, sometimes it's just a lot more work having kids help you. I mean, it's like cooking too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to get in and get it done.
And every surface is always covered with like the stuff that's coming down and the stuff that's going up. And I'm trying to like think creatively about how to put things. And sometimes at the end, I feel like I'm just like, fine, just put it there, whatever.
She has not ascribed to my method. My method is, I know how I like it every year. I mean, every year I get done and it's like, I do it very similar. I have certain areas that are going to get decorated. And when I take it down, I take a picture of every area that I've decorated.
I think I might have done that last year. So
and then I can just go back,
Where do you put your picture so you remember where to find it?
They're just on my camera.
I feel like I take so many pictures I'd never be able to find it.
Well, you can always print them out and put them in and just have a little area in your house where you just keep your decorating pictures in an envelope. And then I just go back, I just pull them up, and then I just kind of, and then if I've gotten any new stuff, you know, that I bought, I usually buy a few new little things, then I kind of incorporate them into what I've already done, but at least it gives me the base, because otherwise I get what you're saying. It's really overwhelming. And I've got like probably 3 crates of Halloween or Christmas, fall stuff, because some of it's big, so it can't all fit, you know, some of it's tall or whatever. And I've got lots of dry flowers, but it at least gives me the base. And for Christmas, I really need that because I like the way I do it. It's just that if I had to recreate it every year, I'm like,
I probably
this year
and store the pictures because I think I have taken pictures like that, and then I just forget where I put them. So speaking of new stuff, I brought this because I wanted to show it and ask for help. So if anybody's still watching this, which bless your heart if you are, this was filled with black sunflower seeds, but I just think it's so pretty that I really want to figure out how I can use it in decorating. And it's not like it's like a plastic, so it's not like soft, like I want to make a pillow out of it for the couch, although maybe for outside, I could cut it and make like an outdoor pillow that goes with my. Anyways, if you have ideas, really,
or you could just stuff it with that's pretty big. You could have my 25-pound bag of beans to put in there. No. And it could just stand up on the floor in the corner or something.
Yeah, that's true. Or fill it with like corn stalks or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's just been sitting here and I keep thinking like, what should I do with that? And I haven't figured it out. So
if you have any ideas, help the girl out.
In the comments, because I really love it and I want to do something with it, but haven't figured out what. And I probably won't get it done for this year because I feel like 2020 is a wash, but maybe I will.
Well, yeah.
So that is all I really have today. We've got the like our video, subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment. We really do love those. And don't say giveaway, but do put pumpkin in your comment if you're interested in winning that Barbie pedal pusher.
Yeah. This one.
About pumpkin.
And a big thank you to Carolyn Zook, because I think last week she gave us a really sweet shout out again. And love you, Carolyn. And I did not get to finish your whole video last week because I got interrupted, and now you've got another new one up. So I have a lot of catching up to do. Me too. I feel really behind just on everything. Starting school really put me off. Yeah. So we'll get caught up. We'll get caught up. And if you want to start gathering eggs, get the pattern. More fun with us. Yeah. Okay. We'll love you guys. See you next week. Bye.